Okay, so now we are going to discuss the world-class manufacturing. Okay, in world-class manufacturing subject, in this subject you are going to have a 13 units. Okay, operational strategy in practice, innovation. Unit number 4, manufacturing process. Unit number 5, quality. Human resources framework of world-class manufacturing, developing a manufacturing strategy, design for manufacturing framework, manufacturing audit flexibility, manufacturing excellence framework, organizational structure. So these are the 13 units that you are going to study in the subject of world-class manufacturing. Okay, now we are going to see the first unit, that is called as operational strategy, operation strategy. Okay, see, strategy means what? First of all, strategy means it matters as it provides a firm direction and the scope over a longer duration of time. Okay, strategy is a plan of action that can be implemented by the firm that describes how they will comply with resources in the production of the product and services. It is necessary element for the business to support the firm's corporate strategy. Okay, strategy is a key element for any business to work. Okay, if you have a proper strategy and proper plan, your business can grow in a larger direction. Okay, so proper strategy is the requirement factor. Okay, now see, strategy plays an important role when you have a specific plan with you. Okay, if you are having a plan, then only your work can be done effective way. If you don't have the plan, your work cannot be fully upgraded, we can say, because for making any kind of strategy into the action, you require a proper plan. Okay, you should have certain strategy in your mind, then only you can make a plan, and then only you can make the implementation work and further process. Okay, so it's a key element, and strategic influences is a key effective strategy. Now let us discuss the strategy implementation in the market. Okay, strategies signifies an ongoing dynamic and strategic process by which the customer requirement and organizational capacities are being harmony and resonate. Okay, it is not only the strategic fit. In fit, once the bite are in the place, then the planning can be completed. Okay, strategic signification is about confirming continuous linkage and scrutinization between the market and the company's operation abilities, the company's strategy and operational abilities, and every function and all stages within the company. Most of the firms have no strategic significance between approach and operations. Okay, strategy is the important factor. Anywhere you go, you have to make a proper strategy, right? What strategy really is? Strategy is about lots of things. Okay, take an example. It is about fulfilling the needs of customers and delighting them. It is about making the best use of assets and leverage these assets either alone or with associates. It is about developing capabilities with the operation which is superior and competitors, and which they cannot copy. Now see, there are few examples which they have given about the strategy. Dell, Toyota, the capability is not secret but cannot be copied by others. Okay, Dell is a renowned company in the form of providing computers and laptops. Okay, Toyota is also a renowned company in the form of having a four-wheeler vehicle, right? So these strategies is being very much helpful for them to become a number one in their own field, right? In computer equipments, Dell is the biggest company. I mean, they are the topmost company, and even in Toyota, in their field, it is also one of the topmost company in the four-wheelers vehicle. So they are making a proper strategy, and they are also implementing that plan into the action. That's why they are in the topmost level. Okay. Now there are other examples also. Take an example of IBM. In industry also, IBM was a leader but lost to Dell and HP. Yeah, HP and Dell, they are the biggest competitors at this stage, right? uh, World strategy is delivered from military. It includes plan over the overcome the enemies. Definitely, strategy concept occurs when military war has been taken place in the First World War and Second World War. At that time, this concept has occurred. Asserting the strategy, strategies plays an important role in each and every field. Take an example of Japan. Hero Honda motorcycle has overtaken by Yamaha, but Honda leaps back to 81 new products and introduced 18 months. Okay, development of new product was Honda's operation capabilities. Development develop, Development of new product is also helpful for the Honda is also helpful for the Honda's companies to increase their production. Okay, because at this stage, even in India also, you can see the Honda is really showing a large amount of growth. In these cases, risk analysis or NVP and IRR will not help, and not only the operational capabilities. Now see, I will give you a few examples. Now see, let us take an example of Hero Honda in our country, right? First of all, Hero Honda is there. Those who have ruled the two-wheeler vehicles industry. Okay, two-wheelers and four-wheelers vehicle industries. Now you can see they have really produced a lot of two-wheeler vehicles companies. Take an example of Splendor, right? There are other Unicorn. There are other two-wheeler Hero Honda companies, those who has been produced by this um, by Hero Honda, but now they have separated by some of their reasons. But even though in two-wheeler vehicle, Honda in India, Honda is playing a major role, right? You can take an example of Activa. Activa is a Honda product, right? Nowadays it is for the non-gear bike. This Honda product is really showing a huge amount of growth. Becoming strategic and focus and holistic. Now see, in addition to creating and sustaining strategic reasons, a firm has to ensure that the strategic focus and holistic in its approach. Strategic approach, we can see there are four characteristics. Strategy must include but no limited to senior level management. Strategy should create competitive advantages. Strategy decisions have to be profound consequence, like reconstruction and outsourcing. Strategy must have a long term horizons. Okay, now focus on this is deciding which business and market of the firms want to be in. Okay, having strategic reasons between these intentions and plant capacities. Now see, they have given a focus market example. See, HP entered in PC market in 1991 and achieved fourth position, but its focus on the embalming and not manufacturing. Yes, definitely HP is giving more focus on assembling, not manufacturing. Okay, organization can focus on number of ways, including particular customer group, market segments. Okay, ensuring strategic response occurs between customer requirement and plant capacities. Okay, concentrating on activities like buyer sellers relationship. Okay, now this focus is very much important, buyer sellers relationship. Okay, see, we can make a buyer seller relationship positive when seller purchase the goods from buyer, right? At that time, the relation, the bonding between them can be healthy, we can say. Okay, if buyer and seller they are making the transaction effectively, then definitely in future also they will come with the new concept as well. I mean, buyer can purchase the goods from supplier, uh, uh, and seller can sell the goods to the buyer at any cost, I mean with the lesser cost also, and the buyer can get more goods from the seller because they are having a healthy relationship. Even the seller can sell the goods on credit to the buyer because they know that customer buyer very well. Okay, the buyer can become a debtor for a shorter duration of time. I mean, he can purchase the goods from the buyer. I mean, buyer can purchase the goods from the seller, and he can make a payment after 2-3 months. It may be possible because the seller has a trust on him. So this kind of things is also happening when you have a trust on a particular person. Now we have we will see the next concept, that is called as holistic concept. Okay, firms must become holistic in its vision and understanding the strategy. Okay, definitely it's a responsibility of any company to become a holistic and in its vision and understanding the strategy. What is their strategy? What strategy they are coming to capture the market, right? You see, if they are coming with the new concept, definitely they should have such a force in the market that their product should be purchased by them. So over here, marketing strategies also plays an important role. Okay, next one is the next concept which we are going to see, a concept of holistic, that includes understanding of composition and chances, wherein entire markets, complete configuration of supply network, the fit with the particular alliances, and has a another firm, impact of growth or disinvestment, including downsizing of staff. So these all are the important things there, such as strategic focus and holistic. Okay, strategies focus on holistics in practice. Being strategic, focus, and holistic is a powerful approach. It ensures that firms will not be pulled in different direction by the power and international functions. It will it will enable the firms to understand and likely reprehension that a particular strategic plan will have the firm stockholders. Strategic focus and holistic are separate, but strategic success depends on how these factors resonate. Okay, now there are certain strategic focus and holistics in practices. Now see, there again they have given the example of HP. HP is split into two: software, printer, and PC business and medical products. Okay, they are having their own equipment such as software, they are having their own equipment such as printers, right? Now unforced config acquisition of companies like Tandem Digital, etc., creating strategic uh, renounce or a strategic operation management. See, for a strategic renounce to take place between the operation capabilities and customer requirement, operation strategy has to be in place. Now, operation strategy has to be plant specific because processes, human capabilities, and suppliers are different. Okay, reasonability of operation managers include utilizing 80-85% percent of fixed assets and current assets, managing production of cost that accounts for 80% of company's cost, and inventories takes 60 costs. So these are the responsibilities of operation management. I mean, how they can manage the work. Okay, now see, lean and mass customerization, that is also one of the challenge which is the organizational managers have to operational managers has to face. Operational strategy must be there to meet the challenges. Now see, they are saying certain kind of challenges. Many firms do not have operational strategy. because manufacturing is concerned with the function and different from business and operational commercial strategy. Now see, the top level managers know very little about the operational capability, and hence the organization and the business decision are based on financial criteria. Changes Changing role of strategy in different manufacturing area. Now see, craft production, mass production, current future area. Craft production strategy and operation are integrated process of small volume and more variety. Organization and flexibility utilize top level of skills within the operation. Now see, this is called as a craft production. In mass production, you know, most of the production is been done with the high volume. I mean, there should be a more amount of sales. I mean, a more amount of production, we can say. So definitely the sales can be more when the production is more. In mass production, you know, the business are measures in financial terms. I mean, there is no strategy and operation are done. I mean, there is no relationship between strategy and operation because the production is very high, and you know, while making a high production, definitely in previous I mean in future they come to know that the product demand is very much high, so they will make a huge amount of production. I will give you a few example of it. Now take an example of uh, now take an example of tissue papers, or we can say take an example of sanitizers is the biggest example. See, while utilizing these sanitizers, you can see, you know, the production within 2 years has been increased a lot because there is a huge demand of sanitizers due to this coronavirus, due to this COVID-19 situation. Even today also we are utilizing these sanitizers in a large scale. Why it is so? Just because, you know, there is a mass production and there is a huge amount of production in a particular product because of high demand in future, right? So this is the important factor. Now the availability of oxygen is also there in a huge amount of demand, so there will be a mass production of such areas. Okay, then current and future area. Mass customization, and hence the firm should be lean and elite. Manufacturing have to be seen as strategic, global competition, and hence high volume and high variety. Highly motivated and flexible workflows. Definitely, this is the needed thing for us. I mean, high motivated values and production is also a needed things for us. Now, there are three major reasons why the business strategy divorce from operations. Now see, operation management were not present from the most senior levels of the organization as the firm become bigger and functional structure. Okay, the role of operation manager is not there in the senior level management. Okay, operation management, the role of operation management is to handle the manufacturing of goods and to make available of goods into the market. So the senior most level is not presented in operation management work. Okay, the role of operation management become technical rather than involving of business decision of the firms, and hence manufacturing capability were ignored. See, business decision cannot be made by the operation management. Okay, the business decision has been taken by the administration staff, or we can say the top level business managers, right? Now strategy, design, and scheduling become the activity of high ranking managers who had little knowledge about operations. Okay, now the current area and the impact on needed for flexibility and agility. Current area require high variety of volume, which require agility in operation. Also cost, quantity, speedy delivery, and no back orders, low investment are needed simultaneously. Operation management cannot give trade-off solution. If low cost with low with no fast variety delivery and vice versa. Operational strategy is required for the accumulated operation capability should be activated simultaneously to equip and enable the firm to meet the requirement. Now see, for meeting the requirement, the over here the role of operation management is very much required. Okay, now see, uh, operation management, there are certain things that the operation management cannot do. He cannot lower the cost of the product, he cannot make a fast delivery of goods as well as. Okay, so where he can focus on the making of proper goods, making of the proper goods from the machines to the labors. Okay, his work is to his work is to uh, make aware that the machine should be work in a proper direction. His main work is to make the availability of raw materials to the customers, to convert that raw materials into finished goods, right? So these all are the works where the operation management can be done. Also the cost, quality, speedy delivery with no back orders and low investment etc needed simultaneously. Definitely when you are working in any organization, you require a quality, you require a speedy delivery of the product. Why? Because whenever the customer needed any kind of product, so it's a responsibility of the company to provide that product to that customer at as early as possible. Okay, then the process of forming the operational strategy, there are three important factors: process of forming strategy, constant strategy, how strategy become operationalized. So these all are the strategies that they have to make a focus. Okay, now content of operational strategy, amount of capacity needed by the organization to reach its goal, range and site of workplace, investment in technology to support practice and product development, degree and extent of strategic buyer supplier relationship, organization structure to reflect what it does, but uh, contact and behavior of alliances with the competitor, rate of fresh product introduction. Okay, so these are the content of operational strategy. Then implementing of operational strategy. Definitely investment in technology and support and practice and product development is also the content of operational strategy. Let us discuss the management strategy. Operationalization depends upon the management expertise and operation management, right? Strategy resonance takes place within business and operational strategy. Operational and marketing requirement needs ranking important in the marketing requirements such as order winner and order qualifier criteria should be known. Order qualifying are the factors that the firm must achieve to be considered in the market. See, in the market, one of the important thing you should know is that your product should be sellable at any cost. So what is the requirement for that? You have to make a proper management of activity. The management of activities include the speedy delivery of goods, right? It also includes your relationship with the customers, right? Suppose if you are a manufacturing unit and if you are having the wholesalers and retailers, definitely for having a strong bonding you have to make a little bit of compromisation as well. I mean, you can give your finished goods to them on a credit basis. Definitely wholesaler and retailer, they will also feel little bit of relief because you are giving that goods to them on a credit basis, so that they can able to get your product very easily, and whenever the customer purchase that product they will get a money and they will give back to you. Okay, so this requirement is also helpful for the customers, helpful for the manufacturing unit to increase their sales, right? This is also very handy weapon to increase the sales. And again in future also, if you want to sell your product, definitely the retailers, wholesaler, they will come to you and they will purchase the goods from you because you are having a good relation with them. So proper communication should be there, and proper maintenance of relation, healthy relation should also be one of the important factor, right? So these all are the things where you can see your growth in a particular dimension or a particular area, right? So operational managers should also have to make a constant strategic buyer supplier relationship maintenance. Okay, now they should also have the responsibility to make enter the fresh product introduction. I mean, if there is new product which is being launched by the manufacturing unit, so the operation manager has a responsibility to, to make aware the buyer that this product has came into the market, and you can see this product. You can also give the product freely as a sample, okay, to make aware of the test to the customers, so that while taking the sample they can also take that goods. Okay, so these all are the important factor through which you can increase your sales. Then implementing operational strategy. As we have discussed this implementing operational strategy, now let us discuss the summary. Strategy matters, it provides the firm a direction. Definitely with the help of the strategy we can get a direction. Okay, strategy include understanding and securing the means by which the firms will satisfy customer requirement. Definitely with the help of this strategy we can satisfy the customer's requirement, because we know how to satisfy the customers by having a proper plan of action. Okay, strategic reasons is an ongoing dynamic strategic process by which the customer requirement or the operational capability are in harmony and uh, resonate. Strategic management consists of formation and execution of major goals and initiatives taken by the operation top administration on behalf of owners. Okay, according to the consideration the resources and the valuation of internal and external environment in where the organization competes. Now see, internal and external environment, I will give you one focus on it. External environment include which is beyond the company's hand. Okay, the political parties, the natural calamities, these all are the internal external environment. Okay, with the help of which your business can be succeed, your business can become failure. Okay, now see, the government taxation rules changes, that is also an important impact on the business, right? Suppose the government changes the taxation policy. Okay, with the change in the taxation policy, definitely there will be a change in the organization strategy. Okay, business strategy. Because if there is a huge amount of taxation the government is going to take, definitely the businessmen have to increase their prices, right? So this is also important factor. Then there are other few changes, the changes in the field of internal factors means the healthy relationship between employees and the top level managers, right? If there is a healthy relationship, definitely there will be no communication gap, there will be no such kind of conflict or disputes, right? If there is a miscommunication in between top level management and the customers, and the employees within the organizational environment, definitely in future, if there is a conflict, definitely they will, it affect the production, it affect the result, it affect the profit as well indirectly. Okay, so the managers should also have a good relationship with the laborers. Okay, they should get a proper salary in the given time. If there is a festival season, they should also get a bonus little bit, so that it will really boost their confidence, and the customers will definitely work enthusiastically because you are providing them bonus, right? So this kind of things is also being happening, I mean, in the organization practically. And you should also give the proper focus to increase their sales. So these are the important factors, these all are the important factors the company should also have to make in focus. Now we have discussed about the strategy first of all. Now we are going to discuss the next part, that strategy in practice. I mean, in practice means proper implementation of the strategy. Okay, how we can make an implementation of the strategy. See, world-class manufacturing practices will base on the basic model of manufacturing enterprises. There are many ways of looking the manufacturing enterprises. A very good one is to look at it from the perspective of the people who are involved in it. The entities which take up the enterprise are customers, employees, suppliers, and the community that affect the functioning of the enterprise. Okay, the equipment used in employees is in course of a part of enterprise. Okay, now see, if you are working in the organization, definitely you are utilizing the equipment of the organization, right? So the manufacturing unit should know what kind of quality of product they should have to kept into the organization, because employees are going to utilize that product. If the product is good, definitely you will get a good result in return. Okay, if the product is not good, definitely you have to face a problem in future, because the sales volume can be reduced if the machines is not working properly, right? This is a kind of equipment the company is having, so employees are going to use that equipment to convert that raw material into finished goods, right? Over here, your materials should be having a good quality for the utilization, because employees are there to use your material, and it is definitely going to help the company only. So it's a responsibility of the organizational managers, or we can say a businessman, to provide a proper equipment, proper materials to the employees for working condition, for the working. Okay, and the environment also affects a lot. If you are giving a proper environment to the employees, definitely your employees growth can be done. Manufacturers simply be replaced by service job without any harm to the economy is a myth, because of the past years. Service export have not managed in plug the gap between manufacturing, import, and export in many countries. Okay, in USA they import more manufacturing goods and then the export. Okay, which shows that there is a economy in damage. See, in any countries, the growth can be determined by their export value only. I mean, if a company is making more export, if the country is making more export than the import, definitely you can say the company is in a growth direction. Take an example of China and Japan. They are giving more export as compared to import, right? They are exporting more goods. In India only, you can see the equipment the products which we are getting from the China, that is called as Chinese product, is being imported by the Chinese in a larger scale. I mean, it is being exported from the China people, and India is importing that goods on a larger scale. Why it is so? Because in India, you can see this kind of product cannot be produced, because Chinese market has dominated the Indian market. That's why Indian people are not in a position to to make a production of such goods, because the prices of the product is very less. I mean, the Chinese prices of the product is very less. Suppose a Chinese product price is near about 30 rupees, right? So any Indian businessman or any Indian entrepreneur will try to produce that product. For the manufacturing purpose only, it requires more than 40 to 50 rupees, and for selling, it will take near about 70 to 80 rupees. So how can a common person can afford that product? So they will purchase the Chinese product only, because Chinese product is also in a good condition and in a good quality. So why can't we purchase a Chinese product? That is the question in the mind of retailers as well as and the customers as well. So it is very much difficult for the Indian entrepreneurs to come across with this Chinese product market. So over here you can see the China, which is a neighborhood country of ours. They are dominating by their products. So we should also have to think of exporting more goods to the other countries. If we are able to do that, definitely we can say that in future our economic our foreign exchange value will also increase and our economy will also boost by it. Now we can see the lot of company from the foreign, they are coming in India in a form of FDI, foreign direct investment, right? Lot of companies are giving a very good response to India because they are getting a cheap labor and they are getting a work done very quickly within a minimum or we can say within a budget amount of money, right? So these all are the important factors, and we can say that we are facing a losses. We are facing a losses by providing a cheap labor because our talented people, they are going abroad, they are settling there. Why? Because they are getting a handsome amount of salary. Those who can see over here, you can see the software engineers, those who are educated in India, they want to settle themselves into the foreign countries. Take an example of European countries or America, Australia, such like that. Why it is so? Because in that countries, they are getting a benefit of having a good standard of living because they are providing their service to that country, right? Suppose a software engineer, those who are living in India, they transfer themselves to the foreign countries, and they don't want to come again in India. Why? Because they are getting a good handsome amount of salary over there, they are getting a lot of things over there, and they are not getting anything over here, so they are facing the problem, right? So these are the important factors where the companies are lacking behind, the Indian economy are lacking behind. So we need to grow ourselves, we need to uh, make a proper management of activities, okay, for having a good industrial development and having a good entrepreneurs. So government should also have to provide certain kind of subsidies to the new entrepreneurs, to the small entrepreneurs also, and the person those who want to do a more business. Now see, in India also there are few of the companies, those who are Indian companies and those who have ruled other countries also. Take an example of Geophone, Reliance Industries, right? They are also having a branch in other countries as well, and they are also providing the employment opportunities there as well. Now there are other areas also where the India has shown a tremendous growth, right? Now let us discuss the automobile industries. Okay, it has a total turnover of 1 trillion and employs of 10 million people. It is the world largest manufacturing business, vehicle production of around 55 million units. Now they have given a survey report of our India only major concerns. You see, in 1990s to 2000, only 10 out of 40 cars maker are profitable. Competition has become a major intense due to globalization and capacities as saturated at major geographical area. Now overcapacity, car makes can produce 20 million more units than it has sale in the year. Now see, over here also there is an overproduction because the selling rate is very less as compared to the production rate is very high. So this is also one of the important problem that we are facing because we are making a huge amount of production, but you know the selling volume is very much less. So there is no use of making more production, right? There are certain goods which we are having with the most of the production, but you know we should also have to make focus that the goods which we are producing, that should be sellable. Okay, if we are having more in stock, definitely it is not workable, because the stock goods we have to keep in such a way that in future, within 1 year also, or after the 1 year also, that goods should be sellable. So we should not keep any goods which remain unsold, we should keep the goods which remain sold. So these are the important factors. Now in the upcoming lecture, we are going to discuss the merger and acquisitions, the strategic operation and transplants, PC industries, right? The major players manage their competitive requirements, right? So they have given the example of HP and Acer. Now from industries to plant, that also we are going to discuss, right? So they have given a little bit of the survey information in your book, okay, that we are going to discuss. Okay, so there are a lot of interesting things is going to come. We are going to discuss that things one by one. Okay, thank you for your patience. In the upcoming lecture, we are going to discuss the remaining part. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.